Nano Pokwajiman experience, which is a launch that occurred at the UPSA last night. Did I say last night? Last time. Now, the story, the reason why we are picking it up again is that last week we were unable to find time to distill the method, the machinations of the national chairman of the opposition National Democratic Congress. His name is Johnson Asiedu Nketia. Now, he went to the UPSA event. Of course, he ought to be there. And as chairman, he was given the podium to say something. What he said meant a lot. But there is a spirit behind what he said. And tonight, we have time to deal with that matter in some detail. Also, Imani Center for Policy Analysis have published and issued a report on the last 3 months assessment of purely social media engagement with the two political parties, NDC and MPP, and the two candidates, Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia and President John Dramani Mahama. So they have issued it. We're going to look at it in detail. And we're going to applaud it. It looks like some good work that has been done. It doesn't have to be in anybody's favor. Some of it is in favor of Dr. Bawumia, some of it is in favor of John Mahama. But ultimately, you see that Imani's work is cogent, and some work that has been done, not the thing that Musa Dankwa does. Musa Dankwa should stop doing what he does because it doesn't benefit anybody. It maybe benefits him, which is okay. But if it benefits him, it shouldn't foist it on us. What Imani did, and which I'll show you, will indicate to you that this is proper work. We'll be in that context looking at also a CNN poll that has just been released, which shows that 55% of Americans believe that Donald Trump's presidency was better. In bringing in the CNN poll, we're going to demonstrate that in the American election, similar to the Ghanaian election, the one who has been president before is running only on one thing. He's running on his record. He's not promising anything. Donald Trump and his team are running on Donald Trump's record from 2016 to 2020. That's their main campaign position. They do not have any other position. They're not promising anything. They are saying that this is our record. Now, the CNN poll shows that in doing so, 55% of American voters believe that Donald Trump's presidency was more successful than what Joe Biden is doing. But we'll get to that in some detail tonight. Now, though, we start from the Alliance Arena, where Vinicius Jr. has scored twice tonight to give Real Madrid a 2-2 draw at the Alliance Arena as they go over all the way to the Bernabeu, I believe, in a week's time. But let's see what we have on our starting scores with Andy Terry. Okay, so we'll come to this. What happened tonight?
So it was a game of two halves. Madrid, that was on the 24th minute, scored a goal via Vinicius. And then
the goal came against a run of play.
Yes. Funny enough, when the goal went in, Madrid had only played a shot on target, and that was the only goal they had scored.
24 minutes.
Yes, Bayern had played
heavily against the run of play.
6 shots and 4 on target. So it was a game of two halves. Bayern came in the second half very, very well drilled. It means that your man, that's Thomas Tuchel, the Bayern coach, told them at 53rd minute, Leroy Sané scored a very beautiful shot and also a penalty.
Leroy Sané scored?
Yes.
That means Terry will be happy.
Oh, yes. And then Vinicius came in to finish the dagger. So let's talk about the away.
But Harry Kane scored a penalty.
Yes, in the 57th minute.
So it's 2-2 now.
2-2 now.
So 2-2 remains 2-2. There's no away goal rule.
Yes. So in 2022, there was an extraordinary conference that happened, UEFA, Alexander Seferin. So during the meeting, they wanted to scrap the away goal rule. It had been in place even during the days of that was Michel Platini.
Oh, forever, yes.
Way back in 2003.
Yeah.
Yes. So an incident happened in the 2001 Champions League between Leeds and also Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich went to the finals based on away goal rules, you understand. Leeds could have qualified to the Champions League.
But Manchester United 1999 had two significant away goals in the quarterfinal and semi-final.
Juventus.
2-2 in at Old Trafford, 3-3 in Turin, went over against Juventus and went to the final.
So they have scrapped it. They said they want a level playing ground. Away teams don't have advantage over the home teams. So like if the rule was still in place, Madrid will have an upper hand.
I don't know why UEFA did that, because what we understood from the away goal rule was that it was to stop away teams from defending, from parking the bus.
I don't know
and
why.
Indicating to them that there's a price to score.
Yes.
So you open up. That's the purpose of the away goal. I'm not sure why they fixed it. In 1983, when Asante Kotoko won the African Cup, they had been 1-0 up in the game in Kumasi after drawing goalless. Yeah. And the stadium was very quiet because everyone knew that if Ali scored in the dying minutes, 1-1, Ali took the trophy. Yeah. And that was when people felt that the away goal rule was unfair. But eventually Kotoko went through 1-0. So the away goal rule is important. It helps the the away team to open up and play the game. That's why UEFA Champions League has become the way it is. So you don't see a whole match different from an away match. The away team comes and they are playing like they are home. They have to score. Now that they scrapped this, I'm really not sure what to do. We're going to have too many penalties there.
Penalties and also. But they're also saying since they took it off, for the past 2 seasons, there have been baskets of goals. 4-0, 5-3, 5-5, 4-4. You know, the matches that have been happening in City. So they say, okay, then this
but that would, in the City game, it would have meant Real Madrid went through.
Yes.
On their way goal rule. Real Madrid won the penalties.
No. But we don't City would have gone through because
on their way goal rule.
City scored 3 away
it
goals.
was 2-2 here.
Yes.
And 3-3. So City would have gone through on their way goal rule. Yeah, but that's better than penalties. The lottery of penalty takes away from the real winner of the game.
And even penalties, they wanted to bring in the golden goal rule. That rule.
Oh, that one we don't like it. It's, even though Black Satellites, one of our junior teams benefited from the golden rule back in the day. Okay, so Champions League next week for the return.
Next week,
Bernabeu. So Jude Bellingham must play out of himself to make sure Madrid get a victory. So Madrid need to win.
They have
and
to
Bayern need to win. Otherwise, you go to penalties.
Yes.
Wow.
So it's an all-level playing.
That's a big deal. But the advantage will be Madrid. Playing at the Bernabeu, 120,000 people, all in white. That's a spectacle to overcome.
Yes.
So I'm guessing that good night to Bayern.
But Bayern will be counting on history in 2012 when they played the Champions League final in their home and lost to Chelsea. They took Madrid out at the Bernabeu on penalties. So
the 2012 one.
Yes.
The one Chelsea won.
Yes, the one Mourinho just let him cry. He was just devastated that day.
I see.
Ronaldo missed the penalty. Kaká missed the penalty. Was such a very sad
so they are counting on the luck to come back. Yes. Okay, let's see what happens. Tomorrow's Champions League is
Dortmund and PSG.
And Kylian Mbappe.
I'm tipping
Dortmund. I think Mbappe should go through. We want to see Mbappe in the Champions League final, playing against Madrid at Wembley. That's going to be super.
Wow. It will sell tickets though.
It will. Mbappe against Madrid at Wembley is a big story. Okay, so they play tomorrow. Yes. Where first?
So in Westfalen Stadium, that's in Germany first. So.
Also, 2 German clubs are in the semi-final, Dortmund and Bayern. And Leverkusen have won. Are they winning the
Europa? They're also in the semi-finals.
In the semi-final, they overcame West Ham. I see.
And then they are going literally unbeaten. They have gone 45 games. It's just level 1 match and they will break the all-time.
Xabi Alonso has done an amazing job. Wow. Okay. Let's see what we have here.
Yes. So we have
Bukayo Saka,
Jeremy Doku,
and
also our friend
Mohamed. Let's start with Salah. What was that about?
So the game against Everton, that was the previous game on Wednesday. He started the match and then they lost 2-0, and the fans were coming for his profligacy and also he missing some chances together with Nunez. And then the club listened to the fans and he benched them. So the fans started all him
and
Darwin
Nunez.
Yes.
Okay.
So the match started against
West Ham
game. And then they were leading 2-1. Everything was nice. And then West Ham equalized just 3 minutes before they came on in the 81st minute. So they were just stripping off Darwin Nunez and also Mohamed Salah. And then Klopp just came to Mohamed Salah, whispered something to him, and it looks like your man didn't like what he said. It still has not been known whatever he told Salah. But Salah, when asked, said, when he speaks, there will be fire. When he speaks,
he must have said to Salah that we need to win the game.
Yeah.
So you have to be up and doing. And I'm sure that offended
I feel Salah was hurt that why didn't he start this match? Why did he listen to the fans? Why did he could have, impacted this game so much? Because Liverpool needed a point. And now that
but that's not his decision. It's the decision of the coach. Whilst the coach may be wrong, the protocol is that a player doesn't decide that he's going to play. It's the coach that decides.
So let's look at the pictures. You can see Klopp went back and was still talking, and then even Darwin Nunez was even
calming him down.
He still wanted to talk. I really don't know. I think his race is when he knows the coach will not be there next season. So it looks like the players are just
but Liverpool have let themselves down. If I speak today, what is he going to say that they'll be fair?
I even don't know.
It's a sad point for great player Mohamed Salah.
Yes, and also from Ali McCoist, that's the former Rangers legend. He says, it looks to me that he might be moving. That's Salah.
He should.
And I feel his time.
But he's old, 32.
Yeah, they should cash out 100 million from the Saudi.
Nobody's going to buy Salah for 100 million. Saudi may. Saudi may.
They would.
Anyway, let's get back to the.
Yes. So these are their results in April. This mess. It started with this United match, and that was it for them. And that was it. 2-2. That was it for them.
So out.
They're out. So let's go to our friend here, Bukayo Saka.
Yeah. I watched the Tottenham game. I feel Arsenal were lucky.
Yes.
If you look at the trend of play, the own goal for
The
the
own
first
goal,
goal,
the VAR.
If the VAR goal had been allowed, Tottenham would
yeah.
have beaten them.
It would have beaten them.
Yeah, it looked like Arsenal doesn't seem to me like a championship team. It doesn't seem. I mean, it will be unfair if they win the title. It's controversial for me to say that, but if you look at what happened on Sunday, it will be very unfair if they win the title. Title-winning teams don't play like that. Yeah. They went to City, and they packed the bus. You don't win a title. Title-winning team, you're a solid team. You're playing. They went to Tottenham, and they were lucky. They were not in control of the game. They were just lucky. Yeah. And even at the end, after scoring 3 goals, leading by 3 goals to 0, they were still behind on the play. That's not a team that wins the league. No way. Yeah, I'm not sure they should.
Let's look at Saka's record. It has been progression after progression. His first season, 1 goal. He was a right back then, so we should pardon him.
Oh, yeah. Was it left or right?
He was right.
Okay.
So he moved to the right wing. That was 2021. 5 goals, 11 goals, 14 and 15.
He's done well.
Yes.
Maybe he should be going to Real Madrid.
Maybe. And then he also said, we learned our lessons last year. We are ready for the last 3 games.
Yeah, but this is the kind of comments that I don't understand. You are not, it's not in your hands.
Yes.
You are waiting for somebody to slip. You see, you say this when it's in your hands. Last season it was in their hands and they bottled it.
Yeah.
Now you are waiting for City to bottle it. And I'm not sure whether that's going to happen. Anyway.
So yeah, this is the running.
Yeah.
So 80 points. With 35 matches played, 79 points with 34 matches.
Yeah, 1 game.
So, yeah, 1 game, and then Liverpool.
But let's see what is left and see what do you have. What's left?
So over here, let me go back.
Let's do what's left before we go to the bottle. How do you want to do it?
The penultimate game. Let's talk about the penultimate game.
12 May.
12 May.
Yeah,
that will be a big day. So Arsenal will be playing quite earlier at 1 o'clock
against Man United.
Against Man United. So if I'm Arteta, the only thing I'll show to the players is this.
What's this?
This is exactly 11 years ago that the Arsenal players did the guard of honor
for Man United, who had won the title with Van Persie
at the Emirates.
Yeah.
That was a big betrayal. So he should just show them this, and
what will this do to them?
It will ginger them. They will want United. They hope by the time they face United, City would have slipped up, and United would rather do the guard of honor. It has been.
Yeah, but City. Who are City playing before that game?
Yeah, so City will go to
Wolves, I think.
Yeah, Wolves. They will play Wolves
at home.
It's here.
Yeah, they'll beat them.
They are hoping.
I mean, this. If I watch the Nottingham Forest game that City played, Nottingham Forest as a position was more difficult for City than Tottenham became for Arsenal, and City were able to manage it.
Sure.
I'm not sure at this stage. I mean, and somebody was saying that there are certain coaches and certain teams that don't bottle these things up. At this stage, with how many games to go?
Oh, just 4 games for City and also 3 games for...
4 games to go for City. They are 2 points ahead.
Yeah.
And they are not... If City were going to Anfield, that's tricky. Yeah. If they're coming to Old Trafford, that's tricky. Or they were going to the Emirates.
That would be tricky.
But they don't have any of these. They are playing...
They are done.
Look at what they did to Brighton.
Oh, they are done.
Yeah, they just finished them off. I'm not sure. So Arsenal should not be worried. They can beat Manchester United and still lose the title.
So these are the shadows for Arsenal. So they will play at home to
Bournemouth. They play at home to Bournemouth. I think they'll beat them. They go away to Old Trafford. That's a problem.
And the last
they have Everton.
Yes.
That's not
Everton
simple.
is also fighting for relegation. So.
But by then Everton should be out of relegation.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully.
But they can just want to. They just want to seal it.
Yeah.
And Everton is a kind of boogie club for Arsenal. They sort of worry them.
Yes. So
and City have what?
Wolves, Fulham away.
They have 5 games.
No, this is out. They have tackled the.
Okay, so they have Wolves.
Yeah.
At home. Then they go to what's this?
Craven Cottage for home.
Craven Cottage as Fulham. That's tricky.
Yeah.
But I think that City can make it. And then they have Tottenham on the last but one, and then they have West Ham at home.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm sure City will get it.
They won't
player quality, player for player, they are there. Coach, they are there. Psychology, they are there. They are the defending champions. I don't know whether it is too early for us to call it for City. Maybe we have to wait for this weekend.
Let's wait.
Let's weekend.
And then, this is Arsenal's record in 2024 away matches. They have just drawn only 1, and then 2. I feel they have to win the league. If they don't win the league this year, that's it for them. They won't win it again.
It is looking like that.
Yes.
Well, I'm not that they won't win again, but they won't win it next season.
Yeah.
They cannot be second 3 times.
No.
Okay.
And so the fastest manager to get to 700 points, that's Pep Guardiola. He's outstanding.
700 points in Premier League.
Yes, fastest in 221. He has won 221 games and also drawn 41, lost 38.
So if you do the league table for the 700 games, he tops. And then Jose Mourinho is next. Jurgen Klopp, Alex Ferguson. Oh, that's interesting.
Very, very interesting.
That's interesting.
Very, very. And then yes, your man is saying if we draw a game, we are not going to win the Premier League. That's mind games. This man. Games.
I mean, he's very solid on that. He knows that he cannot draw any game. He's going to win.
Let's touch on the teams that can bottle the league.
Yeah.
He was a specialist in winning.
In delivering the title with 9 games to go.
Oh yes.
And sometimes Alex Ferguson won almost every title with 4 games to spare.
Almost
every title.
His lowest position in the league was 3rd. His lowest.
Oh, I see.
It was first, second.
But when he won it, the times that he won it, he always won it way ahead.
Oh yeah,
he didn't win it on the last day, one day.
I think the only time he bottled the league was the 2012, the City one.
In
January, we were 8 points clear.
No, well, that one, the league ended the same point. City won on
same
goal
points,
aggregate.
Yeah.
But a lot of speculation was about how that occurred. Mark Hughes was in there. A few things we cannot say.
And then he vowed that it will never happen again.
Yeah.
Under his watch. And the next season, he won for us.
Yeah.
And our best friend here, Mourinho.
Yeah, also Mourinho doesn't bottle it up. He also was winning with games to spare.
Oh, yeah.
Mourinho was winning with games to spare.
Yeah. He won in the first 2 seasons with games to spare.
Yeah.
And even a record he set in 2004, 2005, his first season, 15 goals conceded. That is a record.
Only the Chelsea team.
It was serious.
But that was a real solid team.
Very solid.
The Michael Essien
William
team.
Gallas,
Yes.
and all those players.
And then the German captain, Michel Ballack, was in
Ballack,
there. Didier Drogba,
oh my God.
Frank Lampard.
Jeremy Njitab. Oh, that was
Ashley Cole was in the
Ashley
team.
Cole was, yeah.
And yeah, Peter Cech.
Yeah,
that was a really good team.
Yeah, very solid team.
So
Kaba was in Arsenal.
He's in Arsenal.
Yeah, he was in Arsenal. So yeah, a very solid team. And also a young Ian Robin. He was.
Oh, Ian Robin played for Chelsea. I can't even remember that.
Yeah,
oh, he did.
Yeah,
I see.
Yeah, so
yes, and Robin was there before Mourinho came. He was part of the other coaches' club team. The team that beat Barcelona.
Ranieri.
Yeah, Claudio Ranieri's team. The team that beat Barcelona 4-3 or 3-2, something like that. John Terry scoring the winner. Yeah.
I did a graph, and then most times at the top of the Premier League without winning, and then it looks like Arsenal tops everything. Arsenal 2022-2023, 93%. So they bottled it in April with 5 games to go. Arsenal 2002-2003, they bottled it. 71 games, 71%. So they bottled it in March to United with only 8 games to go. They won only 2 matches in that stretch.
Yeah.
And United won 6 matches and
took the title from them when they were leading.
Yes, and also Arsenal again in 2007-2008 started the league very well and lost it in March again when Eduardo, their best player, got injured in the match at Birmingham. And also Liverpool 2018-2019, they bottled it also in March.
So Arsenal is the chief
bottler. And then Arsenal again, 2020.
City have never bottled it.
No. Yes, okay. This was 2008. Adebayo.
This is Fabregas.
Yes, Cesc Fabregas.
Okay.
They bottled it, and this was also 2003, 2004.
Vieira.
Henry and Vieira. Yeah, so 2023.
And this is the Jesus people.
Yes. So Arsenal, you remember, 29 matches, they were leading by 8 points. And then they bottled it. So Arsenal, they had to change. And even this was the season before, they were fighting for top 4 with Tottenham. And they were still leading. And then Tottenham bypassed them. So Arsenal, they have to shake off this voodoo with them of bottling. You understand? And also, they also bottled it in 99. United won on the last day. So yeah. Close City, 2021, 2022, they won with only 1 point against Liverpool.
You
remember that? Yeah. And also the same thing with 2018, 2019. City they won 11 matches in a row. They're not going to lose.
Once they get there. I'm not sure. But if they were going away to, say, Liverpool, away to Arsenal, or away to Manchester United, that one will be problematic.
Yes.
Arsenal play Manchester United on 12th, and they believe they can win that game.
Yeah.
It's going to be very tight for them. I mean, it depends on how the game starts. But if United score first, that's going to be serious. Or if Arsenal scores and United equalizes at home, that's also going to be crazy. They need to find a way to deal with Garnacho. Because if you go back to the opening game in Emirates,
Garnacho scored.
It was the VAR that saved Arsenal. Otherwise, United were going away with a 2-1 win.
Yeah.
So at 89 was 2-1. Yeah. Then the VAR ruled it away, and then Arsenal got 2 quick goals. One from great goal from Jesus that day. Very, very good control of the ball.
On our friend Saka, all his results would go there. He can win PFA Player, Young Player of the Year. But
is he still a young player? But he's won that already.
He won the last season.
Yeah, he doesn't want to win it again.
So the reason why I bought him, that was Thierry Henry, was in 2002-2003. Thierry had 24 goals and 20 assists. That's still a record in the Premier League. 20 assists, 24 goals. And it was on record to win the Ballon d'Or. So the team bottled the Premier League. And they gave it to you. Pavlo Nedved. You remember this guy?
No.
Juventus.
He played for Juve?
Yes, number 10.
Okay, Juve is not a team that I particularly watch. Since Del Piero left.
He scored only 10 goals and 9 assists, and that was it. They gave it to him because he won the league. He went to the Champions League final. So that was him. That was it. Today is I think 17 years that Chelsea won the very first
Premier League.
And Jose Mourinho threw his winners' medal into the fans.
And still hasn't seen it.
Oh no.
He didn't want it.
Oh, he just threw it. You know, for shaggy reasons, not this man. I like him very, very much.
Okay, I have to leave it here. Yes. I have to leave it here, and then we will continue with the rest of the stories. Now we have to deal with the social media conversation that's going on right now. There was a show. Okay. Here we are. Hey. So this is Akosua Menu, and this is Dr. Grace. Akosua Menu is the MPP parliamentary candidate for Adenta, and Dr. Grace Ayensu is the NDC parliamentary candidate for Esikado Keten. She's a second-time parliamentary candidate. She was parliamentary candidate before in 2020 in the election that she did very well. That was NDC's best show in Esikado Keten against Joe Gate. Many people believe that Joe Gate was on the downhill as a member of parliament, and that's the reason why Grace Ayensu came up so strongly, because in the presidential count, President Akufo-Addo was significantly leading John Dramani Mahama. Now, the parliamentary candidate for Esikado is Charles Bissiu of the MPP, and he promises everyone that he's going to have a wide gap over Grace Ayensu. But that's not the conversation today. Today's conversation for these two women is about the 24-hour economy. So I'll give you the details of what happened. So the two of them had a radio program, and they spoke to each other about 24-hour economy. I'll show you what happened on the radio program. And then after the radio program, Grace Ayensu took to her Facebook page and wrote certain things about Akosua Menu, which we'll talk about as well. And then, still on the 24-hour economy, my friend Samuel Kujeto Ablakwa was attempting an explanation on TV3's program, and he also spoke about it. So let me not make past opinions until after. Yes, we always give you an opinion, but after, I just wanted to see it so you can form your own opinion. And then when we give our opinion, you can determine whether our opinion is correct, wrong, or it could have been better. Here's a video of what happened in Omahene Kwabra Sante studio here in Accra. Have a look.
In 8 solid years, Bakwa Wabeka. In Kofod na edio machin to mean chechim. And even if you believe, say, you've benefited from 24 economy in a developed country, now you develop and now we are doing the basic building blocks. No? Basic building blocks. No, buy a went to me and born new. Basic salary went to me into when it comes to 24-hour economy. Mine, I think, say, just say beyond one casa be chemu near TSA, because as far as I'm concerned, I don't understand it. I'm not convinced by it.
Bro, for me, is saying be another idiomatic expression. Also, the eyes cannot see what the brain does not know. I don't know when you are dreaming when you're not Mama, the brain does not know, so how is the eyes going to see it? So she won't understand it no matter how you explain to her.
My prof, when you have a prof.
The eyes cannot see what the brain does not know.
With the prof,
I think I've just been insulted. But that's the same. That's the same. Ubisa in Chechemupe. This is the posture. The assembly teacher mechanic said, Obia nursing and teachers allowance went to mean say war abinum at the time omutwe muna unya justification no de na unya oba wa badai the lack or the inability to explain what the 24-hour economy is, because basically you are being told that say a 24-hour economy, to experience it, no way to find down now, be appreciating it more. People don't need to travel. Oh, and who here say ube to point and say what today can say. In Kofoshe or TV, so people experience life through even watching the arts, videos, TV shows, and everything. Okay, so they have enough common sense. Don't insult the intelligence of Ghanaians by sitting here saying, it wasn't the same. You don't speak for me. Who need to be a Makosi? I know the initial that, so you can't space where I've gone. But it's important that because behind the console, and you're cozy now, a Ghana for now, your Mokasa. It is in direct response the people who even my say but Prof, I guarantee you say it will take people's minds away.
That's what Chilma says. You need my vote. I insist that, especially in these times, you're measured in what we say.
So you saw that that conversation in the studio. The Grace Ayensu here was asked to explain 24-hour economy. Or no, actually, Kozimin was making the point that the NDC has been in opposition for 8 years. They have not made any policy. This is the first thing they are talking about that looks like policy. For them not to be able to explain, it suggests that they have not. I mean, you've been working at it for 8 years. You've been running campaign for 4 years at least, looking to the next election. You have designed a policy: 1 district, 1 factory, 1 village, 1 dam. Come and explain what 24-hour economy is. It's always a struggle. Maybe they should hire me. I can explain it for them. Well, maybe I can't do 24. I can do 12-hour economy. I can explain why we should have a 12-hour economy at the minimum. But they can't explain. So here, Dr. Ayensu says that the mind cannot see, the eyes cannot see what the mind cannot comprehend. It means that she's a policy maker, she's a politician making policy for us. We should go and grow our mind so that we can understand this. She's not interested in breaking it down for you to understand. If your mind is a rubbish mind, you can't understand. So if you don't understand 24-hour economy, she won't explain. She will just tell you that, okay, 24-hour economy, raise my hand. Those who don't understand me, I raise my hand, don't understand. Okay, you don't understand means that your brain is not working. You haven't been to a brochure before. That's why you don't understand. Is that the explanation she's giving? Nothing to do with NDC or MPP. It's an insult to Ghanaians, isn't it? Politicians cannot behave like that. They ought to be responsible. Grace Ayensu ought to be responsible as a politician. Explain to us. Listen, Cozy, listen to me. 24-hour economy means this. Let's take an example. So you are selling plantain. 24-hour economy will give you this, that. So 24 will give you this, that. You're a doctor like her. 24-hour economy will give you this, that. And then when you ask them to explain, they say, you don't have brain, so you don't understand. You are pretending you don't understand. But they have not put any explanatory narrative for you to engage with. There's no explanatory narrative. Where is the explanatory narrative that this is the explanatory narrative for the 24-hour economy? This is what Tony Edu used to talk about the NDC, that they are failing on the policy. They are policy thinkers. Maybe they should hire Imani to put it together for them. Frankly, we'll be able to do that. But this kind of thing, we want an election where we are debating policy. So they should deal with it. 24-hour economy is a headline, it's a title. What does it entail? Just tell us. Grace Ayensu says that you have to have brain to understand. If you don't have brain, you don't get it. That the mind cannot something. Anyway, my friend Samuel Okuyeto perhaps did a better job on TV3 to explain 24-hour economy. Have a listen to him.
One would argue that it's ill-defined and it's difficult to convince us that is the wholesome solution to the problems of our country right now.
What's ill-defined about it? I mean, the 24-hour economy is a 24-hour economy. We want to move.
Well, we are not learning more about how to operationalize what we've got from the NDC.
You clearly have not been listening to us, and you've not been. You want me to send you there? We have a whole blueprint.
I have seen the packet.
Yes.
But it's only a simplified version of what will actually be applied. We are yet to understand how this will be operationalized so that the Ghanaian people can reap from it. The NDC is taking too long in giving us that, but it's been propagating 24-hour economy. A buzz which some will say is trailing off.
Oh, yeah, certainly. It's caught on. And the TUC has described this as a game changer. And that's what this country has been waiting for. It's an idea whose time has come. Look, we have put out the blueprint. We have said that the flag bearer is just teasing out portions of our manifesto. Very soon, in a few months, we are going to launch the manifesto. And that's where, if you want the full program to go into the details, the bolts and nuts, you're going to have it. But there's nothing mysterious. It's not rocket science. We are not saying we are going to space. I mean, we're just talking about a 24-hour economy which has worked in other jurisdictions and can work here.
Is that all? It's just a 24-hour economy for the NDC going into the 2024 election. It's a very simple concept. I earlier talked about how we are going to deal with corruption. The flag bearer has said that you have a no-nonsense approach. He has said that he will start from home. Charity begins at home, and that even his own appointees will not be spared. He's talked about constitutional reforms. And under constitutional reforms, he's talked about a whole swath of governance, governance reforms, which include, cancelling the ex gratia, for example, reducing the number of ministers. He has said that he can work with no more than 60 ministers, where we are now 87 and the likes.
and it's going to be more because we thought that there's been a reshuffle. We thought they would take advantage of this reshuffle to reduce the number of ministers, but that's not what has happened. People are being removed from sector ministers. They are being sent to the presidency. They are still going to be drawing from public funds. And then at the lands ministry, I'm told the deputy minister who was removed has just been appointed a special advisor to the minister. So virtually nobody is going home. Everybody is being asked to hang on to continue to draw scarce taxpayer funds. So we are saying that we are not going to have this obese government.
The bread and butter issues is the 24-hour economy.
The 24-hour economy. We're talking about infrastructure. He said that look, we must continue with our program to have every regional capital having an airport. He's talked about the need to have in agriculture to have farm banks.
So I keep asking
cooperatives. So we have not put out our comprehensive manifesto.
I totally understand.
So you see, when you ask them 24-hour economy, let me have Grace Science's photograph first. I'll come to this. When you ask them 24-hour economy, that's a black one you saw. He's an intelligent man, and look at what he was saying. He ended with ministerial reshuffle and how many ministers does the president have? Then he said they're going to have airports in every regional capital. Yes, that's a good thing. How does the airport in every regional capital connect to the 24-hour economy? How do I, journalist, news reporter, how do I benefit from 24-hour economy? How does a teacher benefit from 24? How does a trader benefit from 24-hour economy? How does a young worker at the bank benefit from 24-hour economy? What is the impact that 24-hour economy is going to have? You can ask that question in 2016. You say one district, one factory. What is the impact that one district, one factory is going to have? You're going to have a factory in a district to create employment for people. You're going to do this, that. So how many of the factories have been done? Even if it's one, let's go to that one factory and see whether it has had that impact. Did Ghanaians understand when they said one district, one factory? Was it explained to them? Yes, it was explained to them and they understood it. But when you ask them 24-hour economy, it is as if they borrowed it, as if they heard me talking about it and they picked it. I'm sorry to say. It's like they heard me talking about it, so they picked it. What is all the professors in NDC? Professor, this is one of them. All the professors in NDC, Professor Jinano Pokwajima, Professor Grace Ayensu, Professor Joshua Labi, Professor, they can't define 24-hour economy. The host of the program was saying that it is ill-defined. And Ablakwa said it is in a manifesto. It is coming. The manifesto is coming at some point. It's coming. When they said one district, one factory, did they say wait for manifesto? That's the point. And then young woman Akosha Menu talks about it. She says that we are not sensible. We have not lived abroad before, so we don't know. We should go abroad. When you go abroad, you know. We should buy a ticket and do passports and go abroad before we can understand the policy that the government, the people who want to come to government are showing us. The policy that the people who want to come to government, the policy that they are articulating. We should do passport, get visa, buy tickets, and go to Abuja. That's what Grace Ayensu is saying. We should go to Abuja before we go and understand the policy, 24-hour economy. They are looking for our votes. They're not looking for Abuja people's votes. Our votes. They want us to vote for them. And they say they will do 24-hour economy. Okay, what does it mean? Oh, you don't have common sense, so you don't understand. Oh, go abroad and, oh, manifesto is coming. 24-hour economy means that we'll use 60 ministers. We'll use 80 like Akufo-Addo. We'll use 200 like Kufuor. We'll use 60. We'll have airports. What does it mean? It is truly ill-defined. But let's give them the time. They say that they will show us soon. All right. So after the conversation in the studio, Grace Ayensu goes on her Facebook page. Professor Doctor, I'm not sure why she calls herself that, but Professor Dr. Grace Ayensu Dankwa with somebody called Alma. This is what he writes. When your only talent in life is marrying McMenu's son, you will continue to arrogantly struggle to remain relevant. This is what Grace Ayensu wrote about Kosi Menu. You know, Kosi Menu is married to McMenu's son. Yes, we know that. But this is what she wrote. I mean, Grace Ayensu is a very nice woman, very intelligent woman. I mean, even this behavior is not of Takoradi people. You know, Takoradi people are very well raised. And she, especially, coming from where she comes from, is particularly well raised. Ejapamesa, where are you? Your sister, she's gone. Oh, she's gone. Look at what. I mean, a very decent woman. Politics can destroy people in Ghana like that. I'm so sorry. This is somebody that, I mean, you would easily admire when you see her. She's so sensible. She talks so well. She's a very decent woman. And she is a woman. And look at what she's writing about another woman, a younger woman, that she should be mentoring. Even her poster in the studio, I didn't like it. But that's okay. But look at what she put out. When your only talent in life is marrying McMenu's son, you will continue arrogant. How can a politician of Grace Ayonsu's standard, nice, decent woman like that, look at what she's writing? Because you have to win power. Because you have to win power. She's just thrown away all the ethics. Thrown away all the... I mean, Grace Ayonsu is a very decent woman. From all angles. From her training, her background, her relationship with people. She's a very nice woman. But look at what politics has done to her. She's now writing this very crass thing on social media. I feel ashamed. Oh, what is this? Ejapa Mesa, I'm talking to you. Ejapa Mesa is Kadu MP. Ewehin Pacho best of Grace Ayonsu na say more years in one. Yeah, Grace Ayonsu try ba culture. Also, Cozy has married McMenuson. Ejapa Mesa, where are you talking people? Esikado people, come. Jogate and your family, please. Your sister Grace Ayonsu, she's going. Oh, she's gone. Election 2024 is taking her away. Look at this. Look at what Grace Ayonsu wrote. I'll tell you my experience with Grace. I don't know her. I saw her 2016 or 2015 at an airport shell. And she spoke to me whether I'm the person doing Good Evening Ghana, blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah, but who are you? She wasn't a politician to me then. She said she's a doctor at the airport hospital. She's come from America, blah, blah, blah. So we spoke nicely. Then I told people that I met a doctor called Grace. They say, hey, Grace Ayonsu is so-and-so's person. And the person they mentioned is my godfather. I know him. I said, oh, really? He said, yeah, that is a person. I said, what did you tell her? I said, I didn't tell her anything. I just admired her. And then sometime I was traveling to London. She happened to be on the flight. We arrived in Heathrow. She was with her daughter who was in medical school. So she introduced her daughter to me that this is her daughter. She's also studying to become a doctor. Very, very decent woman. Then I heard that she was campaigning in Sikado. In fact, I was in this studio on the night of election 2020 when Alexei Befia, who was my guest, got a phone call. And he put the phone down and said, hey, Masa, your man has been beaten. Oh. I said, which man? He said, Jogate. I said, Sikado? He said, yeah. I said, NDC has won a Sikado. He said, Ali, we won it. I quickly called Jogate. I think if I get the tape of the program, I'll bring it for you to see. I called Jogate. I said, what's happening? He said, we are still counting. I said, but I'm hearing Grace Ayonsu is winning. He said, oh, no, she can't win. We are leading her. I think we'll cross the line. Now, when Jogate said he'll cross the line, I knew that Grace Ayonsu had done well. Because Sikado is not a place where MPP crosses the line. They win. When the final results came, I looked at it. I said, oh, wow. Grace Ayonsu went to court. I think she's still in court looking for a declaration that Jogate did not win the election. So this is Grace Ayonsu. Decent woman. How does politics destroy such a person? Totally destroyed her. You go on a radio program. You cannot explain a policy that you are campaigning to be voted into office on a policy that you cannot explain. A. B. You do not want to explain. C. You insult the people who don't understand it. I mean, why do you do that? This is unfair to Ghanaians. We don't want to have whether MPP or NDC politician who is doing that. If you have a policy, come and explain it. We watch CNN every day. We see the Republicans and the Democrats shrug it out, but they explain their policy. If you don't understand it, if you don't want us to vote for you on the policy, don't bring it up. Once you bring it up in an election year, we are going to be interrogating you about it. So what is this thing that, Anyway, let's read the post again. Cozy, sorry. We'll deal with it. Where is the post again? Let me read it finally, and then I'll leave it here. My producer says it's okay, I should stop. We have too many things to talk about. So, never again. Grace Ayonsu, never ever again. This thing is so below you, it's so terrible, it's so low, it's so crass. No NDC woman will be proud of it. Whether it's Christina Mwaku-Noama, whether it's Emma Mitchell, whether it's Mrs. Anakunedu Ajiman Rawlings, any of these seniors, even Amma Benyuado, will not be proud of something like this. Grace Ayonsu, you are lowering the standards of your own NDC. The NDC standards that we are aware of, this is too low. Very, very low. Never again. Go and delete your post. Don't write again. Next time you appear on TV, please do better. Okay? This, when your only talent is this, it is wrong. Cozy Menu is a hard-working woman, working to make sure that she can win the NDC, MPP seat for Adenta. Even if she doesn't win, Cozy has done excellent. Nobody gave her a dog's chance to win the primary. She's won the primaries comfortably, and now she's heading to victory. I believe and I hope that she will win. Here's Cozy's montage. Never again, Grace Ayensu. Let's see what people are saying about it. Anziba is our first text reader.
We have our first message from Hajia Halima saying, Paul, Dr. Grace is a disgrace to the title she attaches to her name. She denigrated Akosia on her Facebook page about whom she is married to when she is still married, unlike Dr. Grace, who couldn't manage her marriage and kicked out by Mr. Dankwa due to her insatiable greed and betrayal after he saw her through her education in the USA, even though she is still all over the place claiming to be a gender activist. And as Clinton is asking if it's possible for you to play the video again, the video of the interview. Jocelyn Coleman is saying, if you're a so-called professor and you can't explain yourself on the 24-hour economy, that doesn't mean that you should be rude to your opponent. Nanayao says, so having international airports in all regional capitals in the 24-hour economy, right? Is the 24-hour economy, right? Oh, good evening, Ghana. We have Efo Anyano saying 24-hour economy is having airports in every region. Nana Kwesi is saying, how is 24-hour economy your flagship policy to win an election? Something that doesn't wholly lie in your power to implement. Providing a conducive working environment for private businesses to thrive will be a better policy. Lastly, we have Messi Adai saying, I'm very disappointed in the so-called professor who can't even expatiate her own point. Creating lies is indeed difficult. Over to you, Sarah.
Okay, so coming from Jeffrey Botchway, he says, Head of Thy Church Triumphant by Charles Wesley, that is the hymn. And Kwame Chima Afo Ajman is saying that it's MHB, Methodist Hymn Book 411, and not Catholic hymn. Coming from Kwame Opon, he says, Paul, I totally disagree with your analysis on Arsenal. Every game has its strategy, and Arsenal are playing dependent on the opposition they are meeting. Coming from Benjamin, he says...
let me interrupt that. Come, I'm in trouble with all my Arsenal bosses. Prophet Gideon Danso has written to me, say I should be very careful. Prophet is just for the prophets. When they say stop, you have to stop. So please, Prophet Gideon Danso has written to me, empowerment. He says stop the Arsenal issues. So I've stopped. I didn't say anything about us. Arsenal will win the league. Arsenal will win the league. I don't want any trouble with my bosses. My friend at Peace FM, Nana Kujo Asante, also texted me that, Paul, I will not publish your story anymore on Peace FM online. You said Arsenal will win. I beg, Arsenal will win. Please don't tell Samata Mensah that I said that's not. No, don't tell Gabriel Chidako. And don't tell Sam George. I beg. Omaniboama, Arsenal will win. No problem. Please go.
Okay, from Benjamin Jeff, he says Everton is safe from relegation. And coming from Prince Scott, he says Sir Alex had a rough patch in his early days in charge. Check it well. Coming from Ejedu, his prediction, he says Liverpool still to win the league on the following: Arsenal to win 1 and lose 2, City to win 1, lose 2 and draw 1, Liverpool to win 3. Like it or not, this is how the remaining matches are going to play out. Coming from Ifeanyi, she says, Dear NDC members, whether you like it or not, you will still explain the 24-hour economy to us, so get ready, pa. Theo Echampon Fair says, this 24-hour thing is just a farce. The NDC simply don't understand it themselves. Mami, what do you have for us?
All right. Ifeanyi seems to be surprised. She's asking a whole professor speaking like this. And coming from Magdalene Chapman, she says, I think the 24-hour economy means all problems will disappear in 24 hours when the NDC comes to power. And Kobe says, the NDC's inability to explain their own 24-hour economy is like a man carrying a corpse for burial, but doesn't know where the cemetery is located. And also from Inshuraba, he says, good evening, Paul. If candidates Mahama and Chairman Esiedun Ketia can't explain the so-called 24-hour economy, how much more they are communicators. And lastly, from Al-Haji Yusuf, he says, Paul, until we begin to decode education, especially those with rich academic credentials, they'll continue to disgrace themselves in public. The confidence with which she attacked Akosia with her marriage is clearly an attack on our family values. Thank you. Over to
Albert says, if a whole baby with sharp teeth or Kujeto Ablakwa could not explain 24-hour economy, how much more professor who bought her professorship? That's why she also can't explain it. Please forgive them. Albert, you can't allege that someone bought their degree. Anyway, Ahmed says the large percentage of Ghanaians live in rural agrarian Ghana, and how can 24-hour impact every corner, as did health insurance, free SHS, Metro Mass, planting for food and jobs. By 6 p.m., this large populace is ready to sleep or asleep. So NDC, please, how can you carry all these on board the 24-hour economy? Kofi Osubrobby says, here in Spain, production is based on demand and supply, making the so-called 24-hour economy demand-driven and not compulsory. Also, Jude from Domi says, why should Grace Ayensu explain a policy to NPP supporters? The NDC supporters understand the policy. Okay, Fred from Takoradi also says, some of us love people who have achieved academic laurels, but this woman has disappointed us big time. This is what politics can do to find brains. Asiedun Ketia, Kujoto, Yamin have all struggled to explain this policy. Asemo, Abdul Latif says, Dr. Grace Ayensu shouldn't allow her early exploits deceive her into becoming arrogant and bitter. There is more ahead than what your mind can comprehend. The penultimate message is Paul from Ogbanzo in Medina. He says, Paul, stop referring to her as a decent woman. You know the true character of a person when that person is put under pressure. The doctor just exhibited her true nature, which is why she's in NDC. Yeah. And lastly, John Kwashi from Adenta Housing says, good evening, Paul. Why are you worrying yourself? Have you forgotten that NDC members always insult? Hey, I don't know about that, Paul. Anyway, back to you.
I mean, I still feel very disappointed about Grace Ayensu's. It's so bad. It's so bad. I mean, when she came into politics, it was a very refreshing that we're going to have another Emma Mitchell. You know, for us as media people, especially news reporters, I'm a right-wing news reporter. That will not change. That will never change. But I admire intelligent people and nice people coming into politics. I mean, we all grew up watching Christina Makunama. Yes, she's NDC, but she's a very decent woman. We remember Mrs. Gladys Asma, Mrs. Christine Checha, very, very decent woman. Joyce Aye. I mean, some of our women have given us some of the most diplomatic expressions in politics. Why is Grace Ayensu wanting to lower the standard? A nice woman who comes as a medical professional already. Why does she want to lower the standard? Because you want to be part of the insulting gang? Rollins called them babies with sharp teeth. I thought that we are over and done with that. Even Okudzeto Ablakwa, who was one of those accused by Rollins, has turned a new corner and is presenting facts and evidence on things that's happened around the world, things that happen in parliament, things that happen at the presidency. He's always talking the facts. It's okay. But that's fine. You may not support him, but that's what he's doing. And now Grace Ayesu wants to be part of those who are the insulting gang. We don't want that in election 2024. Please, I hope Ghanaians will not vote for people who are insulting, whether there's NDC or MPP. Don't vote for them. Tell them they should debate policy. They should tell us what they are going to do. They shouldn't tell us a woman is a shao. So what should we do? Are men not a shao? Anyway, let me go and talk to my uncle, and then I can. Ofakosi Pratt, good evening. How are you? We had a conversation today on phone. Okay, so let me do it. I was going to do it in two parts. I'll do the Kwesi Pratt, take the break, and I'll come and talk my holiday matter. So producer, please note that. I'll do Kwesi Pratt, take the break, and then I'll come and do the holiday matter. Get it out of the way, then we hit Johnson and say, I'll be on the highway. So I was holding this NDC flag the other day, and I was doing my thing. And I was singing a song. And I said, NDC, da 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 da. And I said, Kwesi Pratt is part of it. I even said Manasseh Azuri, Suleiman Brahima, and all that. Kwesi Pratt calls me and says he doesn't like that. He doesn't like those jokes. Okay, so please, viewers, Kwesi Pratt is not part of the National Democratic Congress. He is the owner of the Socialist Forum. He's a member of Nkrumah's CPP. That's what he is. He's not part of NDC. So when I sang that song and said he's part of NDC, please, I'm going to say, Mpocho, Maka, I miss NDC. Sorry, I manshada. Sorry, but I've also told Kwesi Pratt that him and I need to do an interview. And then he said that, will you be interviewing me or I will be interviewing you? And I said, whichever way he wants it, I'm willing to abide by. So viewers, just to put on record, Kwesi Pratt has informed me that he's not a member of the NDC. I knew that he's not a member of the NDC. I was just making a joke so that viewers can relax. I know that Manasseh Azuri is not a member of the NDC. I made a joke. Suleiman Brahima is not a member of the NDC. I made a joke. So it's fine. Kwesi, sorry. Anyway, Kwesi Pratt has a statement for us to consider. Please put that on and let me read it very quickly so that we can move on. He has a statement for us to consider. Yeah, there it is. Excellent. It's a statement from the Socialist Movement of Ghana, and it's as follows. Workers worldwide will celebrate May Day as a day set aside to promote solidarity in the struggles of working people for better working and living conditions and for the building of a new worldwide free from exploitation and oppression. On this occasion, the Socialist Forum of Ghana salutes the working people of Ghana and the world for their steadfast struggle against the underdevelopment imposed on our country by capitalism. The Socialist Forum of Ghana knows that in every epoch of history, the working people of the world have defeated exploitation, whether in the form of slavery, serfdom, classical colonialism, neo-colonialism, or imperialism, such as is our history. As we mark May Day 2024, we must reflect on the sorry state of Ghana today. We have all but succumbed to rapidly escalating prices of food, rent, healthcare, transport, and general services. Today, it takes 14.20 cedis to purchase $1. Inflation is hovering around 26% and unemployment around 14%, with an unemployment freeze dictated by the International Monetary Fund and implemented by a callous, unpatriotic, and profligate government. Despite the disaster, the government of Ghana adheres slavishly to the neoliberal agenda of privatization of state enterprises and services to cronies, retrenchment of labor, and commercialization of all social services, an agenda which government to government has pursued since the 24th February, I believe, 1966 coup, which ousted President Nkrumah. The working people of Ghana have a duty to themselves and the world to struggle to end their hardship and the general state of decay that has engulfed us. We can defeat our deplorable condition of poverty and misery only through a sustained struggle against capitalism. We must assert democratic state control over our resources and process through which they are produced and turned into usable goods to provide sustainable benefits to our people. As workers celebrate May Day, we ask that they remember the plight of the working people of Palestine facing Israeli genocide and has so far claimed 40,000 Palestinian lives, primarily women and children, with the active support of the West, led by the United States of America. We must intensify our solidarity with Palestine and demand an immediate and unconditional ceasefire, an end to settler colonial occupation of Palestine lands, and the right to return all Palestinian refugees. Viewers, permit me to do this in Kwesi Pratt's voice. The last paragraph. We must intensify our solidarity with the Palestinians and demand the immediate and unconditional ceasefire, an end to settler colonial occupation of Palestine lands, and the right to return to all Palestinian refugees to their homeland. On May Day, the Socialist Forum salutes all working people of the world, especially the workers of Ghana and their organizations. That is a message from the Socialist Forum. It's not a message for debate, so we're just publishing the message of the Socialist Forum. Signed by Comrade Ambassador Kwesi Pratt. Kwesi Pratt and I are together ambassadors of the Cuban Revolution. Okay, Ejuso is coming in, isn't it? Ejuso is coming in. That's why they put that there. Okay, great. So but I was going to explain my relationship with Kwesi Pratt in sport. So Kwesi Pratt and I, we are both ambassadors of the Cuban Revolution. You know, he's an ambassador of the Cuban Revolution. I'm an ambassador of the Cuban Revolution. Fidel Castro and Raul Castro are our heroes. You know, I've been an ambassador of the Cuban Revolution from age 8. I'm sure Kwesi was an ambassador before me, but that's why we are friends. You know, whilst I'm right wing and he's left wing, we are both ambassadors of the Cuban Revolution. So please note that if you want to become an ambassador of Cuban Revolution too, why not? Let's meet at the Socialist Forum at Kokomlemle. When did they meet? Wednesday evenings. Let's meet there. The other day I went there. I saw Alaji Hudu Yaya and Chichi Opoku, two of the finest brains in the NDC. Alaji Hudu Yaya and Chichi Opoku are some of the finest brains in the NDC. These guys are very smart. You sit with them, it's really interesting. Because see, I'll come to the Socialist Forum one of these days, and then we talk about the Cuban Revolution. A luta continua, Che Guevara, forever and ever. Amen. Okay, let's get to Ejuso and check out what's happening with the results. All right, so out of 105 polling stations results declared so far, Kwabena Boateng has 19,000, representing 59.9%, almost 60%, and Kwabena Owusu Ediomi has 14,000, representing 42-something%. Ediomi's showing was always going to be impressive because a former member of parliament there, but almost certainly Ediomi will be defeated. But his showing is quite impressive. Maybe he should become the NDC candidate for Ejuso. NDC, why don't you do that? Just pick Ediomi as your candidate for the 2024 elections. He's a former MPP MP. He's gone to Afrafranto. He has left the MPP. Pick him as the NDC candidate. He's getting 14,000 when this guy is getting 19,000. 5,000, maybe you might be able to claw it. I don't think they will. But okay, NDC, you can go for Kwabena Owusu Ediomi. But Kwabena Boateng will be elected later tonight, I believe, as the member of parliament for the Ejuso Joabeng constituency, which is my constituency. So that will be my new MP. Unfortunately, we are still mourning the unfortunate departure of John Kuma. Anyway, now we take a break. When we come back, I have a holiday story, and then I switch to Johnson Asiedun Ketia. This is Good Evening Ghana. I hope you're enjoying it. Send me your text messages. Thanks for watching. Stay with us. We'll be right back after the break.
Fortune Rice, it's me emu ediane biara. Yansio kakre bipe, emu no nkikamu. Na ne hwam ne ne dedie. Delicious. Said your mama tie no pepepe. Ya the Fortune emopa abedwaso. Ghana mo a ede. Ma emu ediane nyina.
FDA aje ejedi enkrato yato.
Vital has sachets and in different sizes too.
You didn't know?
These Vital sachets that we all use to fry our meat and fishes, to prepare our favorite meals, and to refill our empty original Vital bottles. Hey, are you sure you are a fellow Ghanaian?
Get your trusted Frytol sachets today for affordability, convenience, and for the refilling of your original Frytol bottle.
Frytol, you deserve a life of goodness. This advert is
Ghana for Mama Dada yo. Me the Dada number. Dada spices are would running in everywhere just so. And you never know yeah.
If we come your job away, no use dead spice. We don't go job. If I don't feel
Taste the inside. Yeah, the natural spices, Papa na yeah.
Noodles everywhere you go, dead spices.
Just the
one. No more dead spices.
Black. Taste na chicken.
Kaji go. But dead spices here what Jenny say. Nanya good taste. If we say yeah the natural spices and I yeah Ghana hey yao. Ane you want all purpose stew, noodles, curry and nutmeg and a jollof. Dead spices. Taste yummy. Taste lemon. Dead spices. Taste day inside. FDIG a jedi inkratoya too.
Yeah, Jama was in part of Fufona. What in Rahua, a woman Yinkaya Srono Eddie.
Sham. A mountain sound shisho. And a epu a run sui. A yink kayan kasa.
Oh, I still to be.
The Jamal washing powder for furnace sachets I can see in Numaba. A yink kayan kasa.
Animal.
For Jamal washing powder, but 30 can you mount the Bejawari?
Hey,
new Jamal washing powder. A mania meniti, Nemusi sham, Uhukafu a or ma wonta dienity. FD aje a dreading crato yatum.
We are back, bringing you the latest lineup from Betway. Betway starts strong with their front two, with Free Play Friday and Swipe Bet. In the middle, you've got all the control with Cash Out and Build a Bet. Plus, with Win Boost, you can boost your sports bet. At the back, they have Smart Picks and the Partial Daily Jackpot. You always get way more with Betway.
These adverts have been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly. No under 18. Terms and conditions apply. Betway. Get way more.
Anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath.
I'm a fair missy way.
The Pacho Bantama.
Machasi.
Her smile, the fresh breath.
Me, Gidi said we used to Cal 360 toothpaste. Some kind. Cal 360 toothpaste.
That's here. Cal 360 toothpaste. It's a gum protector. Onim Jom Kasan. Cal 360 did the way. It's cool mint. Gives me fresh breath and your confidence booster.
You will so feeling to Cal 360 toothpaste. Happy.
Cal 360 toothpaste, anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath. Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Our stories begin right here, and we never write them alone. There'll be pages we love to read again and again, and some we want to tear out. They are stories of dreamers, stories of creators, stories of strivers, stories of believers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. APSA.
Alive soap, alive soap, alive soap.
Just like how water refreshes you on a hot sunny day, it takes a refreshing bath with Alive soap to feel its pleasant fragrances.
The soap I want and need at the end of every day.
Leaving you with soft, smooth and fresh looking skin.
You make me feel alive, you really brighten my day, my day.
Available in lemon, coconut, rose and aloe vera fragrance. Alive soap. Feel fresh, feel alive.
Welcome to Elboth West.
Bar Herbal Hospital. Specialists in every kind of bone disease.
Bar Herbal Hospital. Baby, a son of Wibia. Nanso, Yari, Sapa, Dom Yari.
Spinal cord, swelling of the arms, arthritis, bone injury, swelling of the leg with reddish color around it, and so on. See, Bar Herbal Hospital has special ultra-modern machine for checking up the body. I have tried them and I got good results. Try Bar Herbal Hospital.
All right, welcome back to the show. It's always a pleasure to bring you the show. Text messages are coming in thick and fast. Amazing. I mean, what's the time now? Okay, it's 10:27, something like that. We'll be getting into the final stretch. Don't go to bed yet. Get a cup of coffee or cocoa, and then let's finish. I have something to say about Johnson Asiedu-Ketia. Let me say it now. All right. So here we go. It's hello, Chairman. How are you? Yeah, Johnson Asiedu-Ketia, the chairman of the National Democratic Congress. Before I get to him, the 24-hour economy is still a big deal, isn't it? 24-hour economy is still a big deal. So there was another explanation. So we have had the policymakers struggling to explain the 24-hour economy. Maybe this guy does a better job. This guy is not a policymaker. He's an NDC full soldier of sorts. I think he's a constituency organizer. It appears that he probably does a better job of the 24-hour economy than the policymakers. Have a look at. Listen to him.
24 hours economy.
Now how do you know all tiers here?
24 hour economy no. Obia tiers here. Very very simple. This year ya buy about 10. Ekobot 10. Abona ekobot 10. Ya pon another president another program it was wa. It's another 24 hours na yakọ anim. Arambwa. Ya pon mama pon show na. Still on edda ho. Arambwa. Who point my students? That's from 10 to 11.
Yeah, go off.
More point, but another political program and costume. Another Anambwa.
The government 24-hour economy.
That's your host here.
That's our politics.
Yes, not so was near to us. On this point apart, now, a moment do not saba. Nay, when still on pong, Obian Fia say, nice, it's money to us. One pong, but a program is a program upon Anambwa. Program upon Yapon, this year, what now, more train. Now, go see a time because also we could have booked them to buy. We could have booked full book them to buy. The also, it was a make cut and their contents in set time and Dawson. In Nagapono, 24 hours upon the Naga Saturday was here. So 1 hour, another 2 hours. Now you are twasu, and there's 12, 2 and a point, upon your coffee.
Namoso Pana for Fraba.
Never Fraba.
The politics throughout.
Never say another evil for peace family some year this way. We have blah blah blah. So we wasting now. Now almost bon do. Now say one na cost and never my economy day. Yet me boss you con yet 10 because baby I think they offer and wash. Who said dollar circus review?
And a 24-hour
so who said dollar circus review so
meaning
ya kwaje 3 billion if I buy dollar yes stable.
Me ma
Hey, Gbanzo. No comment. Good evening, Chairman. Please, your people at the 24-hour is becoming a problem. But, all right, I'm going to say something about Johnson Asiedu-Ketia. But, didn't Asiedu-Ketia also talk about 24-hour economy? I think he did. He definitely did. Here is what Asiedu-Ketia said about 24-hour economy. He himself, the chairman himself, I think he got it right. I think he got it spot on. I mean, he's chairman, so I think he got it correct. Yes, Asiedu-Ketia, 24-hour economy. Have a listen.
24-hour economy, no. The Ayabayani say, Abai ebecha electricity boa, ewo from kura, ediama enyuma efua, Mobeba Juma and Ajonuma Beya Juma. Enti Moya fundraise. Moya welders. Mo kra a cars in India manema mu here electricity pano. Mo penofo. Na mo Juma emfaswa ba moa. Mo ba sign it. Na mo ba Juma anajo. Anajo use electricity a. Na ne boa day. I come from. One more year iron rods. And a year mu use nyama wode keseno. Mo be ye mo Juma anajo a. Ube unse. Anyama wode boa be come from pa aboamo. Ama manya mfaso na maburu no so wa manya adwuma aye enti abana anteni a church 24-hour economy num na muji tumu a eno aye game changer ewo oman Ghana.
No comment. Electricity will be cheaper in the night than in the afternoon, so I just go to work in the night, so it's not 24. It's starting from the middle, so it's starting from the afternoon. So I go to work at 5 p.m. because I'm doing iron rods. I'm a steel bender. I want electricity cheaper according to Asedu Nketia. So don't go to work in the morning. Just go in the night. So if I'm not there in the morning and I'm there in the night, are we not back to the same thing? Because now they do morning to from 7, 8 o'clock to about 5 p.m. Now you say they should start from 5 p.m. to get cheaper electricity. Everyone wants cheaper electricity. We all, hey, talk about electricity. Get me Herbert Crapper's photograph. We've had another conversation. I'll use it maybe after the second break or just before 11. Get me Herbert Crapper's photograph. I have more information on the electricity situation. So that's what Asedu Nketia is saying. Anyway, let's get to the reason why we're here. Now, I know Johnson Asedu Nketia quite well. I know him. When I say I know him, I don't mean that I see him every day or he's my good friend, but I have studied his psyche because that's what I do. I study politicians. I've been doing that forever. That's what I do. I just study politicians. So if you ask me about J.H. Mensah, I can tell you. If you ask me about Olusegun Obasanjo, I can tell you. If you ask me about Colonel Gaddafi, I can tell you about his philosophy. Maybe one day I'll put a book together on the philosophy of some African politicians I've studied. I've studied Johnson Asedu Nketia. This is the thing you need to know about him. Johnson Asedu Nketia always wants to be the line item. He always wants to be the lead item. Anywhere and in any circumstance. He doesn't present himself as the lead item. How he does it is that he will raise a situation. He will say something. He will generate a narrative. That then becomes the story. So with every big event, Asedu Nketia's psychology is that attending the event, even when he wasn't party chairman. In fact, when he was party general secretary and Chairman Wayose was chairman, Asedu Nketia was more prominent. Not because he's taller, bigger or anything, but he has a way of stealing the show using words, narratives, jokes, all of that. He has a way of stealing the show. When Professor Mills was president, every time there's an event, Asedu Nketia steals the show. That's how Rollins gave him the name General Mosquito, because he steals the show. That's his psychology. It's not good, it's not bad, it's not wrong, it's just his psychology. And he's not the only politician who is like that. So I studied him. So going into the Jenan Opoku Agyeman event, I was really focusing on what will Johnson Asedu Nketia do at this event. What Asedu Nketia goes to the event to do is to do something that will make him the headline, not J. Nana the headline, not John Mahama, not Lordina Mahama. It has to be Johnson Asedu Nketia. That is his psychology. When he was invited to speak, he spoke for a very short time. Fifi Kwete had been talking for almost an hour. When the event was still on, if you like, check. Whilst the event was about to close, still on, all the headlines, Joy FM, I'll send it to people. I say, look. Peace FM Online, Ghana Web, they were all headlining Asedu Nketia's statement. And he made those statements deliberately so that he will be the headline, not Jenan Opoku Agyeman being the headline. I don't know whether NBC folks noticed it, but I certainly noticed it because I've been doing that for quite a while. Before I tell you how he did it, let's play a montage for him. He likes that. Johnson Asedu Nketia's montage. A little bit.
Arise for Ghana, patron of the land, forward and seek your future, development our goal, from vision to vision. our strengthening unity from billion to billion. The NDC shall lead. Stable Democrat. Our strengthening unity.
So Asiedu Ketia went to the event of Jena Opoku-Agyeman. This is Jena Opoku-Agyeman's outdooring. This is a candidate who has been a running mate in 2020, was not successful, has been renominated by the leader of the party, who was also not successful, but has been voted for again as the NDC candidate. So this is a very important event. Meanwhile, President Mahama's campaign team has not yet been announced. So this is the major event since the announcement of the flag bearer. Since the John Mahama was outdoored by the NDC as his flag bearer, this is the next most important event that they've had. Of course, since the announcement of Jena Opoku-Agyeman, she has had a few engagements, one of which Kwesi Ahoy badly slipped on this somebody's going to die thing, which was, it's been managed better, I think. It's okay, it's bad, we understand that it's a slip. We'll still talk about it, but we know that it's a slip. Now, so after that, the next major event is this one. Asiedu Ketia knows that this event is for Professor Jena Opoku-Agyeman. It's not for anybody. So even if you look at President Mahama's body language, he tried not to say so much. He tried not to do so much. Madam Lodina just came and sat down and exchanged pleasantries with people. Joshua Labi, all the major NDC people were there. Big, huge NDC people. They were all in the room. The Hoys were there. Tutubi Kwache, Kwame Peprad. Big NDC people. So this is a stage set for Jenana to show what she's made up of. So she was going to have a full speech. So usually the most important person is the last person to speak. Even though President Mahama was there, President Mahama was the last but one person to speak. It was President Mahama's responsibility to introduce Jena Opoku-Agyeman. Fantastic arrangement in terms of the event. But Asiedu Ketia had another mind. He wasn't now quietly looking at them and laughing at them. He was going to teach them some Koko Ase lessons. He was going to teach them some Koko Ase lessons. When he mounted the podium and he spoke, if you look at the body language of the audience, no one was expecting him to say that. Absolutely no one was expecting Asiedu Ketia to go along the path that he went. Oh, we haven't won the election. And you people are sharing posts. And then there's some kind of people, and we know who he was talking about, who say they are Godfather. We all know who he was talking about, And that was quite worrying for me personally, because I know who he's talking about. And the person is kind of innocent and just trying hard to make sure that his brother wins presidency. That's what he's doing. But Asiedu Ketia said, we know the people who say they are Godfather and they will be doing... I sent a text to the guy. I said, Charlie, Asiedu Ketia is talking about you. Have you heard? He didn't reply. So, but that's Asiedu Ketia for you. Watch the video and let me come back and explain further. This is what he said at the Jena Opoku-Agyeman event.
Because we are already convinced that we are there, a lot of people have begun taking positions and fighting over who will be what in the next government. Indeed, some people are not only fighting about the positions they will occupy, they are telling all others that they will be the kingmakers and they will be making their appointment. If we are not careful, this will dampen the enthusiasm and the spirit of our followers. So I want to assure everybody that we are not there yet. Don't be fighting about positions. And don't be struggling about who will make appointments. Let us all go for the hunting first, and when we kill the game, we now argue about how to share the meat. Finally, a lot of us assume.
I don't know what meat is to be shared when we finally have a game. The meat is to be shared. I don't know. We are looking for election to win and gain political power. If that is meat, no problem. That can be shared as meat. Take your neck, take the bottom, take the leg. Those of us who like pig feet, if the meat is pig, you cut the feet for us, we take it away. This one, take it away. I don't know whether the governance system is some meat that they are going to be cutting and sharing. But anyway, that's what he said. Now, is this an occasion for Asiedu Ketia to give this warning? This is Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman's occasion. She's coming to show hope. She's coming to show possibility. She's coming to show readiness for the governance. She's coming to show readiness as running mate, readiness as president. The NDC is showing their dual tickets of John Dramani Mahama and Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman and suggesting to Ghanaians that this is the ticket you must have confidence in. It's a positive atmosphere. Every speech from the podium must evince that positiveness. I said, look at here. He had a mind of his own. He was sitting down quietly watching them. He was looking at them. He said, these people, I would teach them a lesson. Me, I know. That's a psychology. Because otherwise, viewers, can anyone explain to me? This is so it's like Dr. Bawumia was launched the other day, 2008, after he was named running mate to the surprise of many by Nana Akufo-Addo. Bawumia comes on the occasion and gives a fantastic speech. And then the chairman of the party in those days, Peter McMahon, comes and says, hey, the thing we haven't won it yet. Those of you, no, this is not the occasion to say that. But Asiedu Ketia wanted to steal the show for himself. If Asiedu Ketia didn't say that, he would not have been part of the headline. He knows that if he didn't say that, he wouldn't have been part of the headline. He wanted to put himself. Fifi Kwete spoke for over an hour. Was he part of the headline? He outlined all sorts of things, talk plenty, talk about how Bawumia is desecrating the office of blah, 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 blah. Nobody mind him. Asiedu Ketia, he's a very smart man. Though. He knew that this is the story that the media will pick. So he goes to stand there. Where is the evidence? Where is the evidence that NDC people are sharing posts? Where is the evidence? The NDC are sharing posts. And somebody said they will be Godfather. Where is the evidence? But that's the kind of character you have in the NDC chairman. My friend Johnson Asiedu Ketia. That is it. This is what he wanted. This is what I wanted to say last week. I didn't have time to say it. But I wanted to point it out so that the people who are watching, the analysts, Imani, Franklin Kujo, those of you who are watching, agree or disagree with me. This is the psychology of the NDC chairman. He comes to the event to make himself the priority, nothing more, nothing less, and he does it very cleverly. He doesn't do it by showboating. No. He does it by generating a narrative. Sometimes the narrative is a joke, but that's what he knows will fly. Jane Nana is being outdoored. Leave her to be outdoored. Leave her to show off what she can do. Leave her to be the main headline of the thing. Then you come and put yourself inside with this awkward statement about people are fighting for post. I don't have anything more to. I just have to congratulate him for being such a clever man. Johnson Asiedu Ketia, he's an amazingly clever man. He understands politics. He knows what to do, and he's doing it all the time. All right, that's him. Sir, congratulations, Sir Johnson Asiedu Ketia. Give me the final montage of this one. Kwesi Ahoy and Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman, that was their day. And then we can leave it here and get on to the next topic. This is Good Evening Ghana. It's still live. Let me take my seat.
John Atta Mills, at the age of 68, fell ill and died just a few hours after being admitted at...
Atta Mills was to run again, but his party's ticket will now be taken on by Dramani Mahama.
Be faithful and true to the Republic of Ghana.
John Dramani Mahama is Africa's newest leader. He was sworn in just hours after the announcement of the death of his predecessor, Ghanaian President John Atta Mills.
Nana, be ever prepared, like your motto says. Be ready. Anything can happen, and you can become the president of the Republic, like your motto says. Be ready. Anything can happen, and you can become the president of the Republic of Ghana.
All right, that's our message for Johnson Asiedu Ketia. It's still Good Evening Ghana, and we are still live on Metro TV and on Facebook. What are people saying? Shall I begin with Anziba again? Okay, so Anziba, what are they saying?
All right, we have Alaji Bob CD saying, Paul, John Mahama himself is struggling to explain the 24-hour scam. But I love Joseph Yamin's explanation. He says, those selling Akantia on the Accra Highway will continue selling till daybreak because the buses on that way will work till the next morning. We have Ni Oku saying, Paul, this NDC and their 24-hour economy is just a sham to be put in the minds of Ghanaians. Aren't they not companies and industries in this country that's already run on a 24-hour basis? Their so-called flag bearer should look for better alternatives and promises and stop using this Jim Tutu tactics. Ghanaians have chosen, and the right answer is DMP. We have Kweku Amponsa saying, Paul, can't you see that they have stopped talking about the so-called 24-hour economy? James Brown is saying, Paul, an NDC friend of mine in my hood always gets angry anytime I pick a conversation with him concerning their 24-hour economy policy. It's almost as if they feel entitled to the seat of government than explaining their policies to win more hearts and minds. But we shall pursue them to explain. Becoming a government is not automatic. It must be diligently earned through the articulation of cogent policy alternatives and not the Adrian mentality. Kudos to Honorable Dakwa Newman, Minister Designate for Gender. And from our sponsor, lifts and elevators. Enjoy the fruits of your labor, they say, but as humans, aging and physical infirmity stands our way of enjoying our mansions and homes. It often becomes challenging, if not impossible, to use our stairways day in, day out. Worry no more, because with portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators, PVEs, you are sure of unlimited enjoyment of your mansions and homes. It is simple to use self-supported elevators for vertical movement of humans and goods at homes and offices. The original comes in 3 custom-made models with wheelchair accessibility to choose from. You may call it luxury, but it is a necessary imperative for vertical mobility. Do not let aging or infirmity limit you. Get one for easy vertical mobility at homes or office. It is affordable and can be installed within 3 days with modification to your building. Visit Lifts and Elevators Ghana at Akumuno for your solutions and free consultations. Call us now on 0200 535 515, 0200 535 515, or email at elevatorsgh@gmail.com, elevatorsgh@gmail.com. Sarah.
So coming from El General, he says, hello, Paul. I simply can't stop laughing listening to NDC explanation on this 24-hour economy thing. They're just not being serious. And from George Forrest, he says, palm wine type way of explaining 24 hours economy. From our sponsor, Blue Jeans Energy Drink. Blue Jeans Energy Drink has been on the Ghanaian market for over 20 years. We already know what it does for the body. It contains vitamins and nutrients like vitamin B2, B3, B6, B12, as well as taurine and guarana, which are known to boost your strength and energy, as well as promote high performance and endurance. Blue Jeans Energy Drink has been tested and tried. It is indeed the best. Blue Jeans Energy Drink is for bold and active men and women. So go on, grab a cold can, and power your day. It is in shops nationwide. For bulk purchases, contact Budget Cash and Carry Limited on 0208 128 190, 0208 128 190, or 055 001 0000, 055 001 0000. What do you have for us, Mami?
Okay, coming from the perspective of Julius Amoako, NDC, a political party that have been in position for 7.5 years, can't even come out with any policy, and now they're saying 24-hour economy, which they themselves can't even understand. But I'm asking, is the 24-hour economy a policy? And also from Alex Boateng, he says, please let Akwesi Pratt know that socialism doesn't build a country. Over to you, Angelo.
Nightmare. On every platform you engage the NDC on the 24-hour economy, there is attacks or insults. They've bitten more than they can chew. What's a trauma to endure by the NDC? Now, Elder Saki from Kumasi says, good evening, Ghana, good evening, Ghanaians, good evening, Ejisu, good night and sound sleep. Honorable Kwabena Usu Ejwame. And lastly, Juno Akbar says, you see, sometimes I don't understand NDC people. You're imposing something on the good people of this nation, and they're asking you to explain, and it's a problem. Again, this really shows that they have nothing to offer the good people of Ghana. But he says to you, Paul, but Uncle Kwesi is a sympathizer of the NDC. No one can dispute that. He himself knows it's a fact. Anyway, Paul, back to you.
All right, so we will we have a short interview. We changed a few things for tonight, sorry, because we're running out of time. What's the time now? We have 10 minutes, something like that to go. We have an interview with 2 doctors. You know, I like these young people who go to school and work and learn so hard to become doctors. I like them. So I'm going to have an interview with the 2 of them, and they'll talk to us about what they are here to do. I guess I'll sit here and conduct the interview, Mr. Producer, so that should be fine. But just before we do that, let's go and... Dr. Bawumia is out there. He started his campaign. Do we have any latest on Ejusu now? Okay, if we don't, then... Dr. Bawumia started his campaign, so we want to play this montage for him as he hits the road. We understand that Professor Jenano Pokwajiman will also be beginning a campaign from next week or so in the central region. Our reporters will be there, and we will also be following up on what she's doing. But this is to Dr. Bawumia and his campaign team. Please be safe on the road. God be with you. Allah be with you. Drive carefully. Don't be too late for the assignment. Don't let people wait for you. We always hear that in campaign stories. They were waiting from 8 p.m. and then you go there at 4 a.m. Hopefully that will not happen. Miracles Abuaje and all the people on the team, we wish you well. And get us the information as quickly as you can. And I like the photographs that they've already sent. I can't use them today, but on Thursday I'll use them. Good luck to Dr. Bawumia on his campaign, and may the roads be safe for him. You know, there is something called Doctors Beyond Borders. I don't know whether viewers know about that. Now, I have Doctors for Christ in the studio. They are doing BYG, a worship situation which is also going to heal people. So let me go to my 2 doctors in the studio. Thank you very much for coming. And congratulations. You all look very young. You are young doctors. Are you enjoying your work?
Thank you, sir. Yes.
Is the government treating you well? Don't say it. When you go to the GMA meetings and you say it there.
Sure.
Okay, all right. So are you both working in Accra?
Yes, please.
So let me start with you, Dr. T. What's BYG?
So BYG stands for Behold Your God. It's
Behold Your God.
Yes. It's a verse from the Bible, Isaiah 40 verse 9, which points us to the personality of God and how that God is interested in every aspect of our lives. So it's music, worship, and medical outreach. It entails a health screening program as well as a worship concert, which is happening this Saturday, 4th of May.
Worship Saturday, 4th of May?
Yes.
Where?
At Kolebu. We are both doctors in Kolebu, so we're having the concert in the evening at the ONG conference room in Kolebu, but the medical screening is happening in Koligono. The
medical screening for who?
For the community in Koligono.
So what are you looking out for in the screening?
Yes.
COVID, HIV?
Yes, malaria, hypertension, diabetes, all these chronic diseases that have become rampant these days. So we are doing the screening to arrest some of these conditions at their early stages before they become detrimental.
So they're supposed to come for free?
Yes, it's going to be for free.
But do you have an anticipation of the numbers that you're going to be dealing with?
Our target population is 300.
But you could get more than 300. If you're talking Kolegono.
Yes, it's definitely going to be more.
Dansoman can come through, you know.
Yes, Mamprobi.
Yeah, Mamprobi can come through, yeah. So you could have 700.
It's possible.
How many doctors are volunteering for this?
Jerry, how many do we have?
At the moment, we have 5 doctors.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So we have 5 doctors. We have a number of nurses. We have pharmacists also involved.
Oh, but the doctors 5 is kind of small. You have a laboratory people there.
Yes, we are working on that as well.
So you do the test and give them results quickly or later or
for the rapid test.
Yeah.
Okay, so the screening is Saturday morning.
Yes.
Then in the evening you are asking them to come for the worship.
Exactly.
All of us can come for the worship.
Yes, of course.
Who is leading the worship?
Well, I'm the host. But
you sing as well?
Yes, I sing.
Oh, nice. So like you can sing like Don Moyen.
Yes. But there are other amazing ministers of God. We have Pastor Isaiah Fosukwachi coming through.
Pastor who?
Isaiah Fosukwachi Jr.
Isaiah Fosukwachi, okay.
Yes. There's Elvis Bento from Joyful Way. And then there's Dr. Dela. There's also Dr. Kwekobing. Yes, and myself. So we'll be singing.
So there is 5 people singing? Or you have a choir that's backing you?
Yes. Okay, so for my team, I have a choir.
Okay.
I'm going to sing with. The others may also come with their team.
I see.
Or not. Yes.
What about refreshments after the worship? Oh, but we don't worship Jesus Christ. when he preached for 3 days, he told his disciples that the people were hungry. So they should go and look for food. And Peter didn't want anybody to eat. So Peter said there's no food. And Christ said, don't worry, you will find food. And they said, oh, Jesus, it's been 3 days. So all the food said, don't worry, go and bring me food. They say, yeah, we found something, but it's nothing. He said, what did you find? He said, 3 loaves. He said, yeah, bring it. So if you say we should come to worship you, we should eat. It's Friday night, Saturday night. But Sunday we are going to church. We have to leave home early. We'll take Trotro to Circle before we come to college. So, if you say we shouldn't eat there. Or we can make some contribution. Are you raising funds?
Yes, we are.
So Good Evening Ghana can pay something.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. We'll pay 500 cedis from all of us.
Oh, wow.
To help the situation. So you can buy Achomo and something. Another person will give 500. Another person will give 500. Then to work. You see.
All right.
Doctors, you can't be wicked. You have to do the worship. And then you also let us eat. You see. So that will be. How many people does the room take?
The conference room takes about 200.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Okay. And so you're hiring instruments and all that?
Yes.
How are you raising the money for it? Your own resources?
Partly, but we are also reaching out to people to.
So what number can people call? There are lots of Christians who watch the program.
Oh, sure.
Supreme Court judges. Your own number.
Yes.
They send the mobile money to you.
Yes.
But if it comes to your phone, the mobile money, will it go out of the phone?
Yes, sure. It will go
okay,
out
because
of
you're
the
a pastor, so we can trust you. Okay, fine. So what number should people?
0246.
0246 viewers, please.
36.
36
22 36.
Oh, that's nice. 362236.
Yes.
Okay, so are you married?
Not yet.
Oh, I was going to say that I'm sure when you're in medical school, it was easy to give your number to the ladies because it's 2236. But now that you're still not married, so you're still giving your number to the ladies. It's a very easy number for people to remember.
Very, very easy.
So do they remember it easily, or they have to stay like, I don't remember?
They remember it easily.
They remember it easily. So you are lucky. He's also not married there.
No, not yet.
The doctors, they don't marry early these days. When I was in school, the doctors, they marry by 5th year. They already know who they are getting married to.
Oh, right.
But you know who you are getting married to?
Not yet.
Hey, people are listening. Not yet. You have told the lady that. Then you say not yet.
On the road.
Okay, you have somebody you are thinking with.
I'm thinking about.
Somebody you are thinking about. Does she know you are thinking about her?
Not yet.
Does she know if she watches this video that she's the one you are talking about?
No, not yet.
Or 2 of them will think it's all of them will think
it's multiple people.
All of them will think it's them. Okay. God will decide in the end.
God will decide
by the grace of God. Also, doctor, you also not married?
No.
But this year?
Maybe next year.
Next year. So between now and next year, you'll be there till next year.
Well, I've been there.
I've been there already. Okay. You've done well. Please, ladies, you have a question for them because they are doing something very serious and important. Oh, but I like the combination of. So, what church do you fellowship with, though?
I fellowship with Dominion Chapel International. So, Pastor
Dominion.
Isaiah, yes.
Yeah, he's your pastor, yeah.
Yes, that's my pastor.
Okay. And you, same church?
No, Maker's House Chapel International.
Bodinya Miche.
Yeah.
Dr. Baumi, I was there the other day.
Yeah.
Napotu has been going there. Oh, Reverend Bodinya Miche is a very intelligent man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Bodinya Miche. I know him. They have a beautiful auditorium.
Oh, yeah.
I hear it's like a cinema hall.
Yeah.
And then they do selfie on Sunday. They do the selfie stick. All the ladies have the selfie stick on Sunday. I hear it's a very lovely church. Can I come there on Sunday?
Oh, sure.
Okay. Good. All right. So Saturday.
Yes, sir.
And the screening is free.
Yes, it's free.
Okay. How often do you want to do this? Is it a yearly something?
Yes.
Who is organizing it, by the way?
I am organizing it.
Okay, so it's an individual organization or it's a group?
Yes, it's a group. So I'm with a team.
Okay, excellent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So we are looking forward to having it annually.
Okay.
And going to different communities and expanding.
Yeah. So you move from Kolebu to another place to another place. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me give some big ups to your friends. Whose secondary school did you go to?
I went to Armed Forces.
Armed Forces in Bemakam?
Yes, Bemakam.
So you can salute?
Yes.
and you?
Achimota School.
You're in Achimota? Were you in Agri House?
Oh, no.
Oh, then that's not Achimota. If you're a boy, you go to Achimota, you don't go to Agri House, then you say you went to Achimota. Oh, no, don't say that, don't say that. No, those Lugard and those things.
No, Lugard, no.
So, which one?
Kwapon House.
Kwapon?
Yeah. Bukase's house.
And that's better than Agri?
Oh, by far. Okay. At the moment, I'm not too sure about that.
But when you were there,
yes,
you guys made sure that Kwapon was better.
Consistent.
So, who do you want to acknowledge as we discuss the end? Who do you want to talk about? Who has helped you?
Okay.
Metro TV, insightful and inspiring moments.
Has Christianity always been one of the religions in the world to you?
Oh, hallelujah. Christianity is not a religion, neither is it a joining of a church and doing the Christian things like praying and giving and so on. Hallelujah. Christianity is the outworking of God's own kind of life received into the spirit of a man. Whoa! This divine life in the heart of a man makes him righteous, keeps him healthy, divinely guided in life, prosperous and victorious. It gives you the ability to enjoy intimate fellowship with the Father and have dominion on this earth. Hallelujah. This is what awaits you if you will wholeheartedly believe that Jesus is the Son of God raised from the dead and personally confess Him as the Lord of your life. Glory to God.
Hallelujah. Join Dr. David Binder on the Good Life Devotion every Monday to Friday on this channel and receive truth that will usher you into exhibiting the divine life.
Kindly note that you can enjoy the Good Life Devotion on these other platforms at their stated times. Do choose the most convenient one for you or switch to another in case of a broadcast challenge with your usual platform. By all means, don't miss the Good Life Devotion any day. Now, welcome to today's episode with Dr. David Binden.
Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. How are you doing? Good. I expect that you are beginning to enjoy the virtues of peace in your life, from your spirit, your soul, and your body, and you are getting set for a greater life. Praise God. On this note, I welcome you to today's special episode of our favorite Good Life Devotion. God has brought the Good Life Devotion to us in these times of the church's issue on the earth. And if you are committed to the Good Life Devotion, number one, you will enjoy your life to the full according to the scriptures as God wants you to have right here in the kingdom. Number two, you will be brought into maturity to a state of attaining the measure of the stature of the fullness of Christ, which is God's ultimate for all His children in the body of Christ. And number three, you'll be made much more effective in the work of the ministry, irrespective of the denomination in which you are planted. And together will be a greater force, bringing many more humans into God's eternal plan for their lives. We started this week off by looking at the subject of peace. that it is so important that you understand peace and see how to live and express it in your personal life and your community and your world. And then we looked at the truth that when it comes to peace, what it means to our Father is big. Many times humans and immature sons of God just limit peace to absence of misunderstanding or confusion, but that's just an aspect of peace. According to our Father, peace is an all-encompassing divine economy that affects every area of your life. And we saw that for you to see peace and enjoy peace according to the level that our Father sees it, you must understand it from the three-dimensional meaning of peace. Shalom, shalom, which means soundness, completeness, and tranquility. Completeness is the state of having all things and lacking nothing. And if you are born again, that is your state. You may not be feeling so or experiencing so because you are still maturing. But you first have to accept what you are and have in Christ and work your way into His experience. Number 2 is soundness. And we said if you are born again, you are perfect. You are sound in Christ. In other words, everything about you is set to function perfectly. Your body, your spirit, your mind, your family, your community, everything that concerns you. Number 3 is a state of tranquility, which means a life of absolute control in all the 3 realms of life on the earth: the aerial realm, the aquatic realm, and the terrestrial realm. If you missed it, go to that episode and then catch up after this one on what we studied. Today we're going to move forward, still dealing with the subject of peace, and we're going to look at you are already in peace. You are already in peace. Father, we thank you that by these words, life and spirit are coming into the lives of all who are connected, either watching, listening, or reading. And light is causing us to brighten up into our place in the kingdom. Oh, hallelujah. Praise God. You are already in peace. Now remember that in our just past episode, I delved a little